All right, good evening. This is your dreaded Crypto Maniac coming at you December 23rd, 2020, almost Christmas. All right, so we're having a little bit of crazy volatility today. So XRP dumped really hard. Everyone's freaking out. Can't blame him, but I think it's about done. Maybe we go a little lower. All this FUD about the SEC, I mean, this is going to happen with cryptos. Regulation, and this is how they scare everybody. I'm not sure if I mentioned it yesterday, but I was thinking that this was going to hold at the 40-cent line. But I guess people freaked out a little bit more than I thought they would. And so we're basically coming back down to the 30-cent mark, which is pretty strong. There's just a lot of buying in that area, the 30-cent, 29-cent area. This used to be the old resistance. And hopefully this will pass now as support. Now, if we blow through this back down, especially if we close candles below like 25 cents or 23 cents, 20 cents, yeah, maybe it is over. But as of right now, this is kind of, this is like the more bearish version of what would happen to XRP during this bull market. But, as long as we hold up here, let's see how far down. Yeah, I mean, it's ugly, no doubt about it. But this was our heavy, support zone or resistance zone before. And now it's hopefully flipping support. So see where we end up, see what happens. I personally, I'm trying to long it and at least get a bounce out of it. It might be a dead cat bounce, but at the very least, I think it's worth speculating on. I wouldn't bet the farm on it. But everything else seems to be bleeding a little bit as well. Bitcoin's being rather resilient, but the altcoins, some of them are melting. XLM, stellar because it kind of shares the same, market dynamic as XRP. It dumps pretty hard today as well, but not nearly as hard. But you just gotta expect these big rundowns, especially with the altcoins. I wouldn't expect Bitcoin to just drop 50% in a day anymore. But you gotta expect a 30%, 20 to 30% could happen at any moment. But here's Bitcoin. We're on the daily. I'm not so sure that head and shoulders is playing out. That's the bearish scenario that I threw out yesterday. We could still have it happen, but I feel like it got invalidated with these crazy wicks. I think it's more likely that we consolidate and go sideways, which would be great for alts if we could make it through this XRP bleed. But Link got hit a little bit. I mean, pretty much everything got hit with this XRP news because everyone's freaking out. Well, look at this though. I was projecting a possible inverse head and shoulders to form with Link. Do a quick drawing if we can. See if we can do it. It's not going to be too great. Well, let's actually forget how to draw these sometimes. I'm just going to neckline somewhere. This is going to be rough. But this would be something about how this would work. Usually you want the head to be lower than that. And this also could form a W. Or we just roll on down. I mean, this is If we go below this, this invalidates the pattern. But for a targeted move, let's see what we have. You go from the neckline to the head to target. And then you put it back to the shoulder line. And that's a target of $16. And you know, that'd be the bullish move. So what, you know, if as a trader, if you were trading this with margin, you could put a long right here, and maybe a stop loss like right below at 11.50. Yeah, you might lose a few dollars, but I mean, your gain could be absolutely insane. So let's look at Ethereum. Blockchain stocks seem to be correcting a little bit today as well. I'm expecting some of them to bleed, unfortunately. Ethereum is still finding support on this old trend line. It keeps on hitting the trend line, so what do they say? You know, the more times they hit a trend line, the more chance it is breaking. If we don't get a good bounce here and Bitcoin starts really rallying, if we get some bearish activity, we're going to bust through down and probably come down to 450, 475. Great buying opportunity. I really don't feel too bearish. I mean, from a fundamental standpoint, Trump wants to give us 2,000 instead of the 600, and Congress is acting like, yeah, that's cool. But if he vetoes it and then they stumble around, they still can't get anything through the Congress again, that would be bearish, and that would you know, throw a lot of wrenches into the gears. Yeah. And XRP is really struggling right now. I guess we could look at it. That's one hell of a waterfall of blood right there. I mean, it is so oversold, though. This is on 4 hour, but we haven't been this oversold in quite a while. Kind of curious where it is on the daily. Yeah, it's definitely down there on the support. Even, oof. Pretty rough day for XRP, no doubt about that. Let's look at the shorter time frame. See if that tells us anything on the hourly. To me, I feel like it's losing selling pressure. I mean, we're bouncing around in here. I mean, it just seems kind of to expect more downside from here. It just doesn't seem likely to me. Yeah, I was calling for 29 cents, 30 cents to be somewhat support. If we go below that, be bad. So on the 15-minute, we're getting divergence. So that means we're losing selling pressure. These are higher lows. So the divergence would be, and you could do this. You know, I don't prescribe to doing higher time frame analysis, but if you're in the middle of a giant dump like this and you're kind of curious where this is going to end, I mean, see, you can. So price is going down while RSI is going up. That means you're losing selling volume, and I think that's, you know, yeah, bad day. I mean, not gonna lie, I feel kind of. I wish I'd seen this coming a little bit more. I would have put a short in, or maybe sold some into Bitcoin until it leveled out. But you know, it's an altcoin. Yeah, we got divergence on the 30-minute, 15-minute. That's good. That's good that we're getting multiple divergence on the higher frames. Even in the hourly, we might be setting up for a divergence. So You know, XRP, SEC is going to do this. They're going to be going after people, and it's going to create fear and FUD. And I bet tomorrow Garlinghouse tweets or CEO tweets may reach deal with SEC or SEC plea bargain, whatever, whatever, it's gonna reverse, and then everyone's gonna be like, oh, I gotta buy it again, and then they already sold it, and my buddy is telling me to sell it right now. Like, I'm at the point where, I mean, I think if it went down to like 20 cents, 15 cents, yeah, I'd probably just count my losses, but if that 30-cent holds, if 25 cents, if it goes and wicks down to 25 or something, whatever. I'm just going to hold it. And Donovan Jolly on the DIY investing, he did a really good video today. But he compared Bitcoin's breakout to the XRP breakout. And they're very similar. I mean, they're very similar. This is just a retest and confirming old resistance as support. So, I don't want to harp too much on XRP. It's not exactly my favorite coin. I don't really care a whole lot for it. I like decentralization. I don't like banks. But they're going to be in the future in some kind of fashion or another, so we got to understand that. I mean, everyone wants, no more banks, but eventually people are going to be like, well, we got to buy a house. All I have is crypto. Banks are going to have to merge with crypto. That's just, as far as I can tell, unless some other new thing happens, they're going to have to do something. So, yeah. Blockchain is the future, but it's going to merge, I think, with everything else. Why else would American Express and HSBC, all these big banks are looking into crypto. Look at Theta. 26% up. Good golly. Glad I bought this. Oh, no, this is Zilliqa, sorry. Theta is 8% up. Not bad. Zilliqa, you could stake it for 20% on Atomic Wallet. And I am doing that. I like that. That's awesome. And gold and silver rallied a little bit as well today. Not a ton. I mean, if that 2,000 direct payment goes in, your crypto's going to go crazy. Crypto's going to go crazy, and gold and silver are going to go insane. So, brace yourselves. And they're going to have to do it regardless. I mean, it just might bounce. If it gets vetoed and they can't make an agreement soon, it'll pour into next month, and we'll have some bearish pressure until they get legislation in. But I have a feeling maybe they'll give us a nice little Christmas Eve gift. It would be nice, because this year sucked. So let's maybe end it on a high note and go into a good 2021. Pray. Yeah, so, and just looking at, what are we looking at right here? This is on Crypto Watch. I don't know why it has little flurries on there. I guess it's trying to be in the spirit of things. That's cute. There was another pattern that I was kind of alluding to yesterday that I meant to take a look at. Yeah, it's not really a diamond pattern, though. Usually a diamond pattern has a big wick in the middle of it. Really, with Bitcoin, we want to hold in this area. We might drop a little bit and then bounce again, but if we come back down to this neckline of this head and shoulders, it's going to be like sayonara. Be real ugly. So, hang in there. Let's hope this good news tomorrow. Hopefully we get this bigger stimulus and everything is good. I just want to check in with everybody, and we'll catch you tomorrow, maybe. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Hard to say. I might not jump in, but yeah, hang in there. Peace.